Hey everyone, welcome back to the Hidden Brick, where today we're going to do part 1 of the build of the LEGO Ninjago Temple of Airjitzu. This is an enormous set. It's one of the bigger sets that you can buy from LEGO, to be honest with you. I think it is the biggest LEGO Ninjago set that's ever been made. So it's 2,028 pieces, comes with a ton of minifigures. You can see on the top here. We get Wu, Kai, Cole, Lloyd, Jay, Zane, Naya, Claire, Jesper, Misako, Postman, and Dareth. And there's also a statue of Sensei Yang. I think that's who that is. So, you know, all those minifigures plus the full gray statue minifigures. So that's pretty cool. And then on the back, you can see this box is so big that it shows you all kinds of play features and some of the details on the inside, some of this stuff, and I mean we'll see all that as we build it. But you know, if someone is trying to decide if they want to buy this or not, they can look at all the pictures on the back and kind of make that decision on their own. Little excerpt up here, it says exclusive material included. There's this little spinning play feature you can see down here. So, like I said, we'll see it all when we build it. So, let's break the seal. Let me point the camera down a bit so we could see all the contents. I'm expecting this to be a lot of numbered bags. But we need all the room we can get to dump all this out. Alright, so there is the contents. Let's see here, we have, adjust my camera just slightly. Alright, there's an unnumbered bag that has some big elements in it. Put that off to the side. We have a loose 16 by 16 plate. Here is our bag of a small to medium-sized sticker sheet. It's actually kind of small considering how many parts are in this set. Sometimes you get a 600-piece set and you got an enormous sticker sheet. This one is a over 2,000-piece set with a relatively small sticker sheet. Our instruction book. So this is reminiscent of the way they've been doing a lot of large sets now. It's not quite as big as the Lego Porsche, the Technic Porsche set that we recently built, but it's probably a third of the size. It's really thick. So I kind of like these instruction books. They're almost kind of something you could put on your coffee table or something to when company comes over and they'll say, wow, look at this set, and you can show them the instruction book and then they'll say, wow, that's crazy, you use this to build it. Alright, so we have numbered bags. So we've got, looks like 13 at least. Here's bag 1. So what I'm going to do is there's 12. I'm going to put these on the ground behind me, just so I make sure I have enough room on the table to build. Let's see, I'm looking for bag 11. There it is. And even though there's a lot of bags, there doesn't seem to be a lot of parts in each bag. So maybe that's a good thing that they broke it down into small, easy builds. There's actually number 2 bags. Alright, so what do you say we get started with this thing? We're going to start with bag 1. And let me open up this instruction book a little bit. This is kind of cool. I'll share some of this with you. It has a little map. Tells you kind of the story of the Ninjago They've got some concept sketches that they use to design the set. There's a little picture of the set designers. Then we have an overview of the characters. This is pretty cool. So if you're not familiar with the Ninjago story or the characters, it mostly goes into the not the main characters. The main characters, looks like there's like, oh, you should know who these guys are, but then it tells you a little bit about the other characters in the set. Oh, and then it's the same thing but in a different language. So they've got a couple, and here's the third one. So they've got 3 languages. Yeah, so they kind of tell the same story in 3 different languages. All right, so here we go. We're on step 1 of bag number 1. So they show us using, oh, there's another, oh, this isn't a sticker, this is actually a little piece of plastic, almost like the flag material. Alright, so open up bag 1. Quite a few parts in here. We have the small bag of parts, as always. Another small bag of parts. So, let's see, move this down just a bit, zoom in a bit. We have some chickens, these are cool. Looks like we have 2 of them in here. I actually have some of those, but they're kind of rare. You don't get them very often. We've got the little microfig. It's just a gray version. These are good for using as decorative statues. So we have a couple minifigures to make. Let's start off with Cole, one of the ninjas. And just making sure I get everything on there right. Ninja sword. They're always pretty good about giving us extra swords. The instructions show 1 in his little back sleeve thing. I'm going to go ahead and put both of them because they comes with 2. So that's Cole. The next figure is Jesper, and he's some sort of cook. He's got the cool little bandana around his neck. And nice hat. I like that figure. Real detailed figure. Alright. Enough with the fun. Let's get down to business. We'll start with this kind of dark tan 16 by 16 plate. We're going to start one of the structures. A lot of tiles on this part of the build. Mostly one of the small bags has all the tiles. We'll start with a couple jumper tiles. These 2x2. A jumper tile it looks like a tile, but it has a stud that's not in the normal stud position. It's offset slightly, so they call it a jumper. Because you can jump a half a stud over. It's kind of where that name jumper came from. masonry profile bricks. Those are one of my favorite bricks. Alright, some more jumper tiles. A lot of these corner ones. So these are the corner tiles. They're fairly new pieces, those corner tiles. They've been out for a couple years now. So, haven't got too many sets that have them in large quantities. This is a pretty good one, but definitely been seeing them more and more in other sets. So, they're not really that rare, but it's rare to get large quantities of them, if that makes sense. Couple cheese slopes, and then these little hinge pieces. Some more masonry profile bricks. Two jumper tiles. We have it's kind of like a modified Technic brick. It's a 2x2 brick with a pin, and then also has an axle hole on the top. So it's a Lego system brick that you can integrate Lego Technic pieces with. So I like to call that a Technic brick if it has those properties. Wedge brick. Alright, moving on to step 6 of the instructions. Some more tiles. Got some 1x1 tiles. I found it interesting on the very first step of these instructions they had us put this round one on. Really, I don't know, maybe that was to help orient everything, to make sure that we build it the right way on the instructions, but really didn't have much purpose going on at that point. Similar to a lot of the large modular creator buildings, these instructions have part callouts for each step. So it may be beneficial to grab all the parts as you go for each step, just to make sure that you don't miss any. For example there. I missed that part earlier. So we do have quite a bit of the sand green color in this set, and I know it's one of those colors they like to call a fan favorite. I'm a Lego fan. I wouldn't say it's one of my favorite colors, but there's plenty of people out there that like that color, I guess. I think on our Lego Pick-a-Brick wall, they've stocked it with some of those sand green colors. Not quite sure. I'm going to go there today and check it out to see if that's the case. But even, I mean, I think it's just like this, and then there's a 1x2 plate. So you can get a giant cup full of just those two pieces in sand green. It's not like it's a good variety of pieces. So that's just one of my frustrations with the Pick-a-Brick wall, is there's no way you can have a good assortment of parts because there's just way too many Lego parts made, in addition to all the colors. And if you're looking for a specific part in a specific color, then your odds of finding that on a Pick-a-Brick wall are usually pretty slim. For example, if they had these on the Pick-a-Brick wall, I may go get them, because those are cool pieces that I use a lot. Those big, large bricks. Alright, so we're going to use our first two stickers. We have a make sure I get the right one. They do number them, so sticker number 8 goes on this 1x2 tile. Some sort of card or something. And sticker number 7 goes on this golden tile. And those two tiles go in this backpack. We have a barrel that goes over here. Alright, next we have this loud hailer. Then we're going to put a mining helmet on, like that, so it kind of creates this dish. Put a trans light blue stud in there, and then a tap. So we've created this cool little sink. That goes right there. Next we have these two boxes. We're going to put the little hinge plate piece on. And for some reason that one's not going on. The other one went on just fine. Have that in the right spot. Yeah. Instructions were a little confusing, but I think I figured it out. So in these boxes we have some bread. This is like a little marketplace. And we have some fish. We have a orange fish and a silver fish. The fish are in that bucket. And we have 3 apples. Go in this container. So there's our little marketplace. Now we're going to build up the walls around it with these tall sand green bricks. So they don't make a 1x5 plate, but they do make this 1x5 Technic plate. You see it has the axle hole right in the middle where a 5th stud would normally be. So for these odd shapes, they always use this Technic plate. Wondering if eventually they would make a 1x5, but these work just fine. The only difference is they're rounded like a studless Technic brick, so sometimes they don't necessarily look like they fit into a brick built structure. But who knows? I mean, they have a 1x1, so that's an odd number. Then they have a 1x3 plate, and then after a 1x3 everything goes in even numbers. So it's a 1x4, 1x6, 1x8, and so on. Here on this hinged plate, we have a 2x3 brick. Populate our scene with our chickens right here. Another one of these corner tiles. Now we have 2x2 round tiles. And 2 of, there they are, 2 of these little mini statue guys. Go here and here. So that's basically the entrance to the little marketplace. How cool is that? So we also had our brick separator in bag 1. We'll move that to the side. We don't need that unless I make a mistake, and then I may need it. Here's the few extra parts that we had from bag 1. So that completes bag 1. So we're now on to bag 2. And there were 2 bag 2s. There's this one here that has the black garage door pieces. Dump that out over there. Small bag of parts in the big bag. All that right there. Alright, so we're going to continue on the build of the little shop here. Spread some of these parts out so I can find everything. Alright, I've got two of these large slopes, or not really large, they're just, and 4 tiles, 1x4 dark brown, or I think they call it dark reddish brown. Alright, so we're going to build a little detail element. We have this little, it's like a hockey stick piece. We'll put a flag on it. There. And then this gets sticker number 11, which looks like a advertisement for the price of some fish. It's a little store sign. And that clips on right there. So it triples as a sign, a lamp, and then a little architectural detail. So we basically have another one to build for the other side. Very similar. There. Let's turn it around this way. There's our little flag. Sticker number 12. Once again, it's another little advertisement or price sticker to show you bread and milk and potatoes or anything else you can get here at the little market. It creates a nice little detail to the front with the lamps, the signs, everything else going on. Alright, now we're going to do a little sub build, something that's going to go on the inside. Stack a couple plates. Got some 1x2 jumper tiles. Two 1x6 plates. And we have 2 of these modified plates with a little click hinge element on the end. Take this little toe ball receptacle piece, put a tile on it. We're going to put this Technic axle through that little hole. We have a pneumatic T with a axle joiner on it. Then we have that plate. slide this all the way through. Tile with a hole in it, and then another plate, and then one more pneumatic tee. Another one of those combinations. And then we have this toe ball hook. Goes there. And then we have these guys. This must be a barnacle piece. I've never really seen this element before. He's got two clips, but then some molding to look like it's part of some sort of mechanical element. And then it's got that about 45-degree bend in it. Alright, so we're going to clip two of them on each one of these pneumatic tees. Bring our market building back over here. And this will attach right here. Looks like that's right. This looks like a detail element we're making. Alright, so we're going to do these little garage door pieces now. So we have 16 of them. Looks like we're going to do 8 on each side. This is kind of like putting together the little Technic chain links or the tank treads. It's very, I guess, assembly line-ish. You just keep on going. Alright, so there's 8. We're going to do another row of 8 of them. Four more. Alright, so these little golden pieces that I've never really seen before. We'll clip that part of the garage door element to it. And there's my piece that I drop every video. Clip that one there, clip that one there. You can see it just hangs down nicely to create that curved roof. So that's really, really cool. Very nice detail. So we're probably going to have another one up here at the top. Just have to keep building and see what kind of details it brings to us. Alright, so we've got these big, large support arches. That goes there and there. A couple more sand green bricks. And 4 of the 2x2 black plates. And 4 of these 1x1 kind of pearlescent gold plates. Now 4 dark reddish brown tiles. Alright, we have a couple treasure chests. Going to put the lid on each one of them. And we're going to load these up with some supplies. The first one is going to be a knife. Actually 2 of them. 2 knives and a sword. Close that up, and this just slides right down in there. So it's kind of like hidden supply crates. And then we have a couple throwing stars. Slide that one down right there. Alright, looks like we're going to begin the build of the next little support element for our roof. We have the Numati plate, brick. This one's going to be slightly different, but kind of the same. This one goes right there. Couple arch bricks. And long slopes. Jumper tiles and that brick in the middle. Now we're going to attach the little pieces to connect the roof to. This is just like the one we did towards the bottom. Two more of these. Two more of these. That goes there. So we're kind of building it similar to the way we did the bottom, but kind of opposite order. Alright, now we have 16 of these, or actually 18. We're going to do 9 and 9. 4, 5, 6, 7, Alright. So just like the bottom one, attach each one. Oops. Just try that again. Attach that one there and there. Look at that. That looks sweet. Alright. Next we're going to do a couple fishing poles. So it looks like over here is a area that's next to a body of water where they're doing some fishing. Probably how they get the fish for their market, straight out of the water. There's our fishing poles. We have a crab. Looks like they've caught a crab on accident. And we have some little water plants. Couple over here. Alright, we've got some extra pieces. These are extras from bag 2. So that completes the little market portion of this set, and it's also going to complete part 1 of our build. So appreciate you guys watching. Make sure to subscribe, check out my other videos. We're going to do this in a series of parts to complete the build of this massive Lego Ninjago set. So make sure you check them all out, and we'll see you in the next one.